Alright you guys, I'm back again with another reaction video, which is Divorce Court, Buck versus Buck. If you do not want to watch my reaction, the link of this video will be in the description down below. But without further ado, let's get into it.
Today on Divorce Court.
I met Jordan in 6th grade, and I've known her ever since. We were best friends, and the day we got married, it all changed. She has been nothing but controlling.
My biggest problem with Justin is that I can't trust him. He hasn't proven to me that I can trust him from things in the past, and that's what has to happen for me to move forward.
If Jordan doesn't change, I'll have to eventually leave her. I can't live like this forever.
I need to get that whatever that is. Mold, burnt off, iced off,
Good
something.
day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with Jordan Buck and Justin Buck, Mr. and Mrs. Buck. You have been married for 3 years, but together for 5 years. At the tender age of 25, you have 3 children together. Mrs. Buck, you are ready to get out the door. You have concerns about Mr. Buck, so why don't you start off by telling me what's your largest concern with Mr. Buck?
To start, when we first got together, he had quite a bit of a drinking problem. So now every time I see a beer, like, I'm automatically on guard.
Well, when you say a drinking problem, give me an idea of the scope of the problem.
Like a 5th of liquor a day.
A 5th of liquor a day?
And I'm not an angel either. I was right there with him. So.
So you would go through the 5th together?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is he still drinking?
Occasionally he does. You know, when he does drink, he'll say, "Oh, babe, it's only 2, it's only 2," and I know that it's a little bit more than that.
What kind of drunk is he? Because there are different kinds of drunk. Is he a happy
annoying.
drunk? Is he a mean drunk? What is
If
he?
he's just drinking a little bit, he's fine. He's still Justin. But if he gets a little bit over, he's...
It depends on what I'm drinking.
Okay. Well,
that
why
is
don't you
true.
break it down for me?
Now, if I drink whiskey, which I haven't for 3 years now, then I tend to be kind of a
Mean?
mean in it.
Yeah, you get into trouble a little
Right.
square and all that.
But
And
if I'm
beer
just-
makes him stupid.
If I just drink beer, I want to sit at the house and just relax.
And
But
cool and calm.
If you would actually tell me how many beers you're drinking instead of sneaking to the truck to your cooler, that would be fine.
You got a truck in you got a cooler in the truck.
I keep the cooler on the back of
he's
the
in
Because
the
he
car.
noticed I was realizing how
You
many
keep a
beers
cooler
he
in the
was
back
getting
of
out of the
your truck.
fridge.
So you're thinking ahead,
Right.
keeping the coolers in the back of the truck
Right.
so she won't know exactly how many beers you have.
Yes, ma'am.
How is it impacting your marriage, his drinking? Because as long as he leaves the whiskey alone and the car keys, it seems that he's just pleasant. Is there
He
a
is
problem?
not just pleasant when he drinks beer. He is so annoying when he drinks.
We're talking about when
If
he's
it's
sober.
just 2, like he says, it's nothing. If it's over that, he's loud and obnoxious, and like, I have kids that I would like to lay down for a nap, and it's like,
I do not keep the kids up, though.
Sometimes you
I'm
do.
Very
Now, are you drunk
respectful in
around
front-
the kiddies,
No, I
though?
do not get
No.
crazy around the kids, no.
I didn't say crazy, I said drunk. Do you get
I
drunk
drink,
around
I
the
drink at
children?
home, yes, and we have kids there, but
And they see you a little tipsy there?
yes.
Like, you know, Pop, they see that can, they know Pops is gonna be leaning a little bit to the left or the right.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that what is that what they know?
Yes.
that's not all they know. I would not let that
Does it
happen.
interfere with the time that you have to spend meaningfully
No,
with your
I-
wife?
First of all, I don't
Like
agree
that,
with
no.
drinking in front of your kids.
I
not like
disagree
that.
a little bit.
Because then
Well,
they're
tell me
gonna think
what
that's
you
okay.
think, how the drinking has interfered with your marriage or
If you
his
want to get
parenting.
drunk, get laid
Not
back,
his parenting. His
drink
parenting is fine.
out of your child's presence. That's just
When
my
he drinks a
opinion.
little bit, most of it does take place after the kids are asleep. But for example, one of my twins, she'll go to sleep in my lap on the couch. If he's there, she's fine. She won't move. But he's fidgety when he drinks. He gets up and goes to the kitchen. He gets up and goes outside. He gets up, he does this, and she's right behind him squalling. Like I mean, no, it doesn't seem like a big impact, but when it's time for bedtime,
You're
with 3
tired
kids,
and you want to
it's
call it
time
a
for
day,
bed.
and
Yes.
he's up there annoying the baby. Are
But
you
I
annoying
feel-
the baby?
No,
No, he's
ma'am.
annoying me.
I work hard all day, and I want to come home and drink a couple beers, and that's it.
And that's it.
Every
and that's
day?
all.
You
My
need a
next
beer every
complaint
day.
Is that there's no sex.
There is sex. There's just not a lot of it. When I say
That would be my
we
complaint.
don't have time, we have 3 kids. When
now,
I say
is the alcohol impeding that process?
Probably so.
it can.
No, that
It can.
tends to help.
Oh, it doesn't. The hell do you mean? Do you see what I'm saying?
I understood that it does sometimes impede the process. I mean,
It does impede the process.
blood flow and all that. No, not for you.
Not for me, man.
He is fibbing.
What was she complaining about with the sex thing?
I don't know. That's what I kind of want to know.
Well, let's ask her together. What's she
The
complaining about?
intimacy, I
about?
mean, connected.
Oh, you want
On any-
romance?
Yes, perfect. Like you didn't know that in 5 years.
Now, Mr. Buck, are you a little light on the romance?
Be honest.
Yes, but we've romanced for 5 years now, so
5
it's-
years, we're married for life, supposed to be.
I know, but it's not going to be a spark every time it's not.
And I get that. You know, it's not going to be roses and, it
Right.
isn't like that all the time.
And
life is hard. You get the kids, you get tired, you get a beer, then, things aren't.
She's being
But do you try a
unrealistic right
little
now.
bit of something every once in a
Yeah,
while
just
to
every
make
once
her
in a
smile?
while.
Yes.
Name one.
You got me right there.
Mr. Buck, I like you. I know why you
sorry.
like him. I know he's
He's
kind of
likable.
He's languid. He's just kind of cool and calm, and he makes you smile, doesn't he? Mm-hmm. Yeah. He make me smile, and he's married to him. Now you say something here that I don't want to talk about, but I'm going to let you talk around it. There's a certain type of sex that he wants.
Speak on it.
Jordan says all Justin wants from her is...
Oh, that's like when it starts. There's no romance before. That's what I'm talking about, Justin. It's, let's go do this right now. There's nothing that leads up that builds it.
Just get to the business of it.
And it always starts with oral.
It should. Right?
The judge just laughed.
That's a
Like,
philosophical statement there.
not
an idea about
romance.
That is
how
love.
things should
No,
start.
it's not.
You stay in a lot of trouble with that, Mr. Buck. What would you like him to do in the romance department that he's not doing?
Maybe bring home flowers every now and then. Let's sit down after the kid. I know it's hard to stay awake, once the kids are in bed, but, just sit down and talk
have a
about
conversation.
meaningful things.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be what's on TV.
pick each
or,
other's brain.
just something that means something.
I got you. I'm going to
I'll
talk to
sit
Mr.
on-
Buck about that in a moment. But I want to first talk to Mr. Buck about some concerns he has with you.
Okay.
Ms. Buck, are you a little light on the housekeeping?
I will
Is it
agree.
crazy in there?
We do have too much stuff for our house, period.
You're not a hoarder, are
That's
you?
why, yes, she is.
Tendencies, yes,
So
I do.
where do you put all that stuff?
Or the tendencies.
It's not full on
You either
hoard,
one or you
but
not.
I do have a problem getting rid of things.
So it's kind of like hoarding light.
Yes.
You a hoarder. She tried to downplay it. Like, come on now. You either hoarder or you don't. Ain't no
You
in
say
between.
Mrs. Buck is lazy and doesn't take good care of the house. Why don't you tell me the nature of your complaint in that department?
Okay, I go to work, wake up about 6 in the morning, get to work 8-hour, 10-hour days, just depending on how the day goes. Hard work construction. Get home, and then I have to play housewife and help clean
That's
dishes.
a bold-faced lie.
Get wrappers off the counter that have been there when there's a trash can right beside it.
Can I ask one
You
question,
can't just
please?
swipe them off and put them
Hang
in the
on,
trash can.
let him finish up.
Clothes all over the love seats and stuff. You can't even sit down on them.
Does she have food ready for you?
No, very rarely. Very rarely.
You can
you
at
end up
least cook
eating?
the man
Where's
some
the
food. He
groceries?
going to work
Right.
working 8,
I
10 hours.
usually
You
eat,
can
like,
get him a
frozen
little
meals or
plate
something like that, or I'll cook
ready.
something when I
Like,
get
come
home.
on now. That's just being
Mrs.
lazy
Buck,
on your
what's your
part.
response to that?
When he gets home, the first thing he does is raid the cabinets. He went through a long period of, I'm not hungry after work. So I stopped wasting food because he would never eat before he went to bed, and he would go in the refrigerator and waste. He would always come home and fix some noodles or fix something out of the freezer. It's not because I don't want to cook. I'm fine with that.
Probably 'cause we
And
don't
I
have any clean
always tell
dishes.
him, watch your mouth. I always tell him that if you're gonna want supper, if it's one of the days that you're gonna be hungry when you get home, tell me an hour before you're gonna leave work and I will start something. And if you were playing housewife, the house wouldn't look like that either.
If I had a housewife, it wouldn't look like that.
Oh, you don't? Keep on.
You say when Mr. Buck finally comes home for work, instead of hello, he immediately complains
She
about the
putting
mess.
him
I
in
mean,
his
is that
place.
the first
Keep
thing out of
on.
his mouth?
Okay.
Is that he's
Not the first.
pleased with what's going on in the house?
Not the first thing. It's not like direct comments. It's he'll walk past something and then start complaining about it as he's going, or when he tries to pick things up, he's not very nice about doing it. He may not say anything, but he's loud.
Yeah, and he lets you know that he's annoyed that he's doing that.
Yep.
Do you do that?
Yes, I mean, I try not to bluntly tell her, but I mean, it's aggravating to work all day, bring home the money, and
Okay,
then still
you
have
need to bluntly
clean the
tell her,
house.
look.
I mean,
Is it just a few
Clean
things
up.
that are out of order, or does she expect you to do the housework too?
it's pretty messy at
Because
the house.
you
and like I
having
said,
this
I do
attitude is
dishes
just gonna make
almost
her
more
have
than
an
she
attitude.
does.
So you just
Now, Ms.
might as
Buck,
well
are you a
stop
little
beating
light
around
on
the
the
bush and tell
housekeeping?
her,
I will
Is it
agree.
crazy in
look,
there?
can you
I
have the
will
house
agree. I will agree.
tidy when I get
100%.
home?
But we do have too
It's
much
not that
stuff
hard.
for our house, period.
You're not a hoarder,
That's
are
why,
you?
yes, she
Tendencies,
is.
yes.
That's why I said, let's throw it away.
After you
Oh, no,
left,
let's keep
the
it.
kitchen is clean. I've got a few things to do in the playroom, and that's it. Table's cleaned off, living room's clean, dogs, I mean, everything's good because I have more time to
You said
do
you
what I
had
need
hoarder
to.
tendencies.
Yes,
though.
I do.
So
I do.
where do you put all that stuff? Because
On the
when you
counters
have
where the
hoarder
kids can't get
tendencies,
to
your
them.
house looks jacked up.
It's not full-on hoard, but I do have a problem getting rid of things.
So it's kind of like hoarding light.
Yes. I'm not gonna lie, my house is, it's pretty messy. It's not filthy dirty, but there's
just
mess
stuff
There's
everywhere.
just stuff everywhere
Yeah.
and all
Clothes.
that kind of
Like
stuff.
I do
Clothes
the
laying
cleaning and dusting and sweeping and mopping,
Now
but
you're
there's stuff
25 years
everywhere.
old. You're pretty young, and you got to, you know, hoarding. You kind of creeps up on you. You got
Yeah.
a little pile over here. Next thing,
And that's
you know, by the
exactly
time
what's
you're
happened.
35,
Yeah.
everything's up to the ceiling.
exactly what's
and then,
happened.
You know, you got to get on top of that.
Absolutely.
I mean, right,
Ain't
and
no
it doesn't mean
way.
just clean. You got to change whatever. It's not ticking
Yes.
right in your head. That makes you keep collecting things that you don't need.
I agree.
You with me on that
Yes,
one?
ma'am.
Mr. Buck, do you have a dating profile online?
I did, yes, ma'am.
Would you like to see exactly what he was doing?
Yes, I would love to see exactly
There's
what he
emails
was
to other
doing.
girls. There's a picture of his actual profile where he states that he's not married.
Hey, I saw your profile.
I
Are you okay
apologize.
for a serious meetup? This doesn't sound like just chit-chat to me.
And you're married? I don't understand.
Do you think
Why do you get married if you're not gonna be committed?
Neglecting her housework. Tell us what you think
Huh?
at facebook.com/.
You online like you single.
Divorce Court will be right back.
If you're not happy, file for a divorce. Divorce.
If you would like your case to be heard on Divorce Court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Divorce Court.
Mr. Buck, you claim that your wife is a vulture when it comes to money. Explain that to me.
She thought I was spending too much of my money, so now when I cash my checks on Fridays, I give the money straight to her, and she gives me $20 to last me the next day.
You give her
I get-
the whole check,
I give her the whole check,
and she gives you $20 a day back?
$20 a day.
Mrs. Buck, is that what you do?
It is not only $20. We were 3 months behind on bills, and he was making $900 a week. I told him that I was not going to be able to cover what I usually do before this mess happens.
Well, how did you guys get 3 months behind in the rent?
Right, when we got money in the bank.
Yeah, how did that happen? He's making $900 a week.
He wouldn't bring me the paycheck. He would find an excuse out of it every week until I had something to hold over his head and make him bring me the money every week. And it is not just $20 a day that I give him. I give him plenty for gas and cigarettes and food at lunch, and it's not just $20.
Would you hang on to the check and not give it to her so she couldn't pay the rent?
No, and there was money in the bank too, though, is what I'm saying. We shouldn't have been behind whatsoever,
Well,
but
why were you behind
But
in
when
the
we're
rent?
trying
Right, if there's money in the bank, why not go to the bank and get just a certain amount out and go pay the
money out
bill?
of the check, but I'm telling you, we need to pay bills.
Why do you need his
sees
direct
it
check?
As he gets the check, and whatever bill is closest, we pay that whole bill out of it. It's not we take so much every week and then pay all the bills, you know, save throughout the month to pay each bill. He can't manage money.
I don't know what you're talking about.
See what
Yeah.
I'm talking about?
I'm pretty good with $1 too. So,
She had me
Did you
lost
have
for a
money?
little minute.
Did you have a bank account and a checkbook?
Yes.
And was there money in the bank account sufficient to write rent checks from?
Not for very long.
And what was he doing with the money that precluded you from paying the rent?
You'd have to ask him.
Mr. Buck, what were you doing with the money that precluded you from paying the rent?
Nothing. My rent's always been paid on time.
But we have more bills than rent. We have a lot more bills than rent.
That's why I just give her my check and avoid it. You see, it goes nowhere.
Mr. Buck, do you have a dating profile online?
I did, yes, ma'am.
You've been married for 5 years. What are you doing with a dating profile?
I guess I just got used.
You can say it. You got bored.
I got bored, I guess.
You got bored with her?
And I wasn't physically going to cheat on her or nothing. It was just to have somebody to talk to like that. Like
Why not talk to your
How
wife?
deep into the marriage were you when you decided you were bored?
It was
I swear,
3 years.
guys
And
do
you
not
just
be
wanted to
ready
talk
to
to
be
somebody
married.
else
Just
you didn't
don't
think
get
she was
married.
interesting?
It's not that
No,
hard.
she is. It's just
Why you
got
gonna
used to the
commit
same
yourself
stuff
to
every
something
day.
that you,
No romance.
in the long run, are not gonna be
you're the
committed
one
to?
who's right.
You're exactly right.
You're the one who
And
stopped
on
it.
that note, would you like to see exactly what he was doing?
Yes,
don't
I would love to
understand.
see
I
what
need
exactly
somebody
what
to
he
Emails
was
to other
doing.
girls. There's a picture of his actual profile where he states that he's not
I don't
married,
understand.
which is expected out of that.
I need somebody to explain
Social drinker.
why people do things.
No, that's
that
not true.
I honestly need somebody to explain it.
I mean, you put some time into this.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, I saw your profile.
I
Are you okay
apologize.
for a serious meetup? This doesn't sound like just chit chat to me.
Why are you
I
trying to
am
meet
not
up
here
if
to
you just
play
trying to
games
talk?
or waste both of our
Over
time. Any particular place you know about where we can grab a drink first? Because we know what comes second, right? Your profile has me thinking. You're without a doubt the gorgeous woman I've been waiting for. I'm
Things that he has
26.
not said had not said
And
to
I
me in
do
a
have
very
a
long
nice
time.
athletic body and plenty of stamina. LOL.
You think it's funny, do you?
I've apologized several times for that, and it'll never
It
happen.
takes
And you
so
still
much
need
more.
to keep apologizing
I
for
know.
that. That was just
I
awful.
do.
Phew.
How can Jordan and Justin get the romance back in their marriage? Share your opinion on Twitter
All
and
three of them.
Instagram at Divorce Court.
All three of
Divorce
them.
Court will be right back.
A, B, and C.
I think you two are nice people. I think you're probably raising some pretty good kids. I think you're still a little bit of a little boy. You work hard,
Immature.
and once you're done working hard, it's all about you. You know, it's the sex isn't kissing and hugging. It's, drop to your knees and pleasure me. And it's not about an us thing. It's about a you thing. It's your beers and your this, that, and the other thing. When you're a husband, you've got to do things to make your wife feel like she's loved and cared for. Bringing home the money is just not enough. If it's just money and
thought she was about
complaints,
to cry.
it makes her feel like nothing because what she does all day is not appreciated. And I don't know if that's got anything to do with the hoarding and emptiness. There's something wrong with people who are hoarding. They've got something that clicking wrong. There's an insecurity there. You can't let things go, or you keep collecting things because you feel empty or insecure or unhappy. I don't know what it is, but maybe if she's a more engaged and loved and cared for wife, you could get some of that crap out your house. Do you know what I'm saying? Now see, she's crying for a reason. I don't know what it is, but that I've hit somewhere close to somewhere that she's hurt. And it's your job from today forward to figure out where that is and help her fix it. You with me?
Yes, ma'am.
This matter is adjourned.
They can work on their problems. They got little minor
I
problems.
realized after listening to the judge today that I need to respect my wife more and give her the romance and stuff that she's been missing, and a lot of support at the house.
I got emotional because it hit home for me too. There is an emptiness and an insecurity that stems from my marriage that makes me just hold on to everything, and that's my problem that I need to deal with, and we're gonna get it done.
Yeah, we'll get through it.
Okay, that was the end of that reaction. You guys can comment down below what you thought about this video or whatever. Like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys for the next video. And remember, make all your dreams your reality.